Board. Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Tuesday evening, where we take a little bit of a deeper dive into sort of the technical side of things, specifically with nutrition. And what we've been covering now just recently is not just nutrition, but also the toxins in our homes and all around us. Life is quite dangerous at the moment in a lot more ways than what we realize. And we are surrounded by toxins all over the place. It used to be that you picked up a bottle and you saw a big skull and crossbones on it and you knew that was poison, stay away. But those poisons have started to creep into our everyday things. The products that we use to clean our bodies, to make ourselves look younger, to clean our homes, to wash the floors, to wash the dishes. So many of these things have got toxins in them that can cause all sorts of different problems in our life, from sort of basic things like sinusitis to asthma to really nasties like cancer, because some of the laundry powders and things out there have got particles in them or ingredients in them that have been shown to lead to breast cancers, amongst other things. And these are things that we use daily, and it's all around us. We don't even realize it. So I started off last week explaining a little bit about the different things that are around us and how they work and how they don't work, and what's really toxic and what's not that toxic. And we'll pick up from there. Let's get onto my slideshow over here. And add my ugly mug and go for there. As I said last week, I have borrowed some of these presentations from certain universities. So you will see their logo in the top right-hand corner as I go through my presentations. And then later on, I've also picked and chosen a few other things from other sources, but I'm trying to identify all of those sources where I can. So the problem that we have these days is that we are quite often cleaning ourselves to death in more ways than one, because there are dangers in household cleaners, personal care products all around us. So as I said, last week we went through the cleaning products and what's there and what's not there and what to look out for. So what is in a cleaner? It's always a good thing to know the different types of cleaners. And these are things like alkalis, acids, detergents, abrasives, sanitizers, which I think we're all very much familiar with these days, and spirit solvents. So we start off with a base, also known as an alkali. And this is used for removing fatty and oily stains and dirt. Now you get different grades and different types of these things. And a mild one would be quite simple, basic baking soda. A moderate one would be things like household ammonia and borax. And a really strong one would be your washing soda and lye. And some basic household examples are, and these are the little things that have got the star next to them, are your proverbial green cleaners. So they're comparatively safe for the environment and for you. Baking soda, borax, washing soda. And if you want to know how to use them, there's a lot of ideas available on Google. Just have a look and see where these things will work best. Ammonia is another one as a sterilizer, and bleach, obviously. But one's got to be careful of these things, because things like ammonia and bleach, sadly enough, I don't know why it is, but most of these household cleaners seem to be stored under the kitchen sink. I'm not too sure why. Now, for moms who have got babies around, who are learning to crawl, or toddlers, what level are they at? They're usually around our feet and ankles. And where can they reach? Because most times, in my experience, these cupboards under the sink are not locked. Yet that's where we keep some of the most dangerous poisons in the home for some weird reason. And I've seen what happens with babies who land up in casualty, having innocently gone and drunk something that looks like water, but it's actually bleach. It's not a fun thing. So some basic cleaners are baking soda you can use to clean your oven. Borax is an all-purpose cleaner. Washing soda is a laundry detergent. And ammonia and bleach, obviously, also for laundry. Now, acids break down things like rust and mineral deposits. They eat away clothes, leather, and some metals. So imagine what it's doing to your hands. And acids can be very mild, like vinegar and lemon juice, or very strong, which are also the poisons, like oxalic acid, hydrochloric acid, and sulfuric acid. These are the things you find in batteries. So acidic household examples are things like cola. Ever heard of cleaning your toilet with Coke? It works. It's also very good for cleaning car engines, just by the way. Wouldn't really recommend drinking it as much, though. Things like vinegar, which we put in our food, lemon juice. So cola you can use for hard water or mineral deposit removers. As I said, toilets, a very good cleaner over there, and quite often used in laundry to clean very dirty overalls and things like that. Vinegar is another toilet bowl cleaner. And lemon juice can be used to clean your bathtub and your towels, as well as mold solutions. Now, here in KZN, I know where we are, mold is a very common problem. And a lot of houses have got it, especially the closer you get to the sea, the more risk you have of having mold in your house. And this can also lead to things like asthma and allergies and even lung cancer. So to get into a little bit of chemistry over here, let me just move my picture out of the way. You get different types of cleaning, and for anybody who's done science at some stage, you will know that you get acids and you get alkalis, and you have, these are measured on a thing called a pH scale. So 7 is considered neutral, 0 is considered very acid, 14 is considered very alkali. And then you can get an idea of where everything sits. So hand soap sits around 9. Seawater sits around 8. Blood and water is between 7 and 8. Milk is neutral at about 7. Tea and coffee are slightly acidic. Vinegar is slightly acidic. So this gives you a bit of an idea of where we fit on this scale. Oh, apologies. So pH is the measure of how basic or acidic something is. And pH ranges from 0 to 14, and each unit is 10-fold greater than the next. So now we get to the other cleaning bits, like detergents. Now, detergents are there to loosen dirt, and heavy duty means it has a builder added to it, which is a phosphate that will remove oils. The alternative to these things are borax and washing soda. Castile soap, which I'm not too sure if you can actually still get specifically in this country, because it's a vegetable-based soap. And you can add soap to the borax and washing soda for very dirty jobs. Now, abrasives are things like your scouring pads and salt. And they wear off dirt by rubbing. So think of sandpaper. So it physically rubs the stain or the dirt away. And examples of things like this are pumice stones, which more commonly used on rough skin on your feet, steel wool, plastic or nylon mesh, sandpaper, or silica. These are all abrasives of various different roughness, or some can be really rough, some can be really mild, but they all are abrasive in nature. and they're found in scouring pads and scouring powders. The coarser and larger the particles, the harsher the abrasive. And oftentimes it's labeled as a cleanser. And regular use scratches surfaces and stains them deeper. So if you are using a steel wool on a stainless steel pan, for instance, be aware if you use a magnifying glass and you look at the surface, you will see exactly how that steel wool, or sandpaper for that matter, has put micro scratches in the metal, which obviously opens it up to oxidation and rust, which then leads to staining. And also when you're using to cook it again, that food gets into those scratches and you can't get it out. And they're also damaging. Now, bleaches are more chemical in nature. Chlorine is the most common bleach used in household cleaning products, and it is highly toxic. It's also used in most municipal drinking water and swimming pools. And this again is where children come into contact with it and get into trouble. It's used to whiten and disinfect, but an alternative for whitening could be things like citrus juice, hydrogen peroxide, and borax or washing soda. Now, the other one that we've become very familiar with is sanitizers and disinfectants. Remember the last couple of years, everybody has been paranoid about sanitizing everything from head to toe every 30 seconds by the looks of things. And studies show vinegar is an excellent microbe reducer, similar to bleach, but without the toxic effects. And the vinegar smell disappears, whereas bleach smell doesn't always do it. So maybe we should have been using vinegar for the last couple of years. Just an idea. And sanitizers or disinfectants are chemicals that reduce the number of bacteria. Sometimes all that they do, they don't always kill them, but they sort of stun them. And then that very simple and basic cleaner called water is used to flush the bacteria away. It's oftentimes found in bathroom products and dishwashing products. And it helps, obviously, to keep areas sanitary. And it keeps areas smelling good, because often those nasty smells that we get are caused by bacteria that is growing in that area. And the bacteria is what causes the bad smell. So by killing the bacteria, everything obviously smells much better. Now, alternatives to these heavy-duty things are things like citrus again, hydrogen peroxide, vinegar, essential oils such as tea tree, lavender, or pine oil. All of these work in amazing ways. Air fresheners. I'm not too sure about you. It's possibly a personal thing, but probably one of the most irritating things for me are what I commonly refer to as a wet sneeze machine, because you have these little air freshener containers that you often find in shops and offices. It works on a battery, and every minute or couple of minutes, it suddenly goes and releases an air freshener into the air. And to me, I always look around and have a look to see who's been sneezing on me, because that's what it sounds and looks like. So I'm not a big fan of these things. But they help the air to smell good. Conventional plug-ins and sprays, so that's exactly what I've just been talking about over there. But one has to be careful, because of the stuff that they put in there isn't always good. Now, your alternatives, your best and safest, specifically if you're not living too close to a main road, is an open window. The other thing is essential oils, citrus again, simmering spices on the stove, baking cookies, baking soda, zeolites, baking bread. Those are wonderful air fresheners. So now we're going to get into the next bit. I think I need to stop this very briefly while I just modify my sharing options. So bear with me for a second while I get back into my screen share, because I need to share the sound as well. Okay, so obviously with our business, we've got a range of cleaning products that are green and have been green and non-toxic and biodegradable for many, many years, close on 60 years. I know they were the first products into this country, so at least 50 years in South Africa. These products, known as golden products, offer us a good range of safe cleaning products. We don't have to worry about how much of this to mix in and how much of that to mix in and how much of the next thing to mix together to create a DIY cleaning product. This is all done for us, and we know, because of the SAB behind it, we know that they are safe and completely non-toxic. So most households only need 4 basic cleaning products. You don't need a towel cleaner and a window cleaner and a bath cleaner and a shower cleaner and a basin cleaner and a toilet cleaner and a window, a ceiling cleaner and a mold cleaner and a clothes cleaner and you don't need all of those things, because I'm not too sure, but I know my bath and my towels can't read. So it doesn't really know the difference between a towel cleaner and a bath cleaner and a floor cleaner. So why worry about all those different things? So most homes just need 4 basic products, namely Super 10, LDC, probably, in my opinion, one of the most versatile products available, and my personal favorite, your G1 to do your laundry and your dishes, and Care, which is your sanitizer and air freshener. Now, what makes these products different? They are low dose and they are low burden, meaning that they don't cause a problem in the environment. So there are no toxins or anything funny like that to be aware of and to have to be broken down. Because they are shipped as a neat product, in other words, they are not diluted, your transport costs are lower because you're not transporting excess water. And when you buy a product in the shop, you don't know how much water you're actually buying, because when you look at the labels, remember the labeling laws, remember how to read labels, the first item on there is the biggest item in that product. And in virtually all cleaning products, your first item mentioned is aqua or water. So with our golden products, they are neat. They are not shipped with water. We do the diluting ourselves. So you're not transporting excess water. And because it is dilutable, you're obviously using less packaging, because we'll get into how these things work later, but a little goes a very, very long way. So as a result of this, you also use less energy and therefore create less waste. You get maximum performance for minimum product. It always blows my mind how our products compare to those in the market when you see how little we need to use to be effective compared to how much other commercial products need to be as effective. These products are concentrated. They're economical. They're versatile, because each one covers a multitude of different tasks. And the reason I began this whole journey is they're earth friendly. So if it gets poured down the drain, I know it's not going to be blocking up the drain. I know I'm not going to have to call out a plumber to come and detox my septic tank. And I know if it goes into my garden, it's not going to kill off the plants. It's earth friendly. So these are the basics that most households need. And we'll have a special guest now explaining to us how these products work.
Now, Super 10 is an all-purpose cleaner. It's very economical. It substitutes a lot of other cleaning products in your home. In fact, it substitutes all of them. And most homes, I find, got more than 10 different cleaning products under their zinc. So I just want to demonstrate this to you by diluting it in a 1:10 dilution in this handy spray bottle. It's marked off like there's 1 part, and then I'm going to fill it up with water to the 10 mark, just like this. As you can see there, it's up to that little mark. Let's fill it up with water. Now this dilution, as I said, makes actually 11 liters or 22 of this half-liter spray bottles. So it is extremely economical, and we got price comparisons that show actually how it compares to the other products that I was talking about, the 10 different other products that you got under your zinc. This is so economical. So ask the person who show you this video to just share the price comparison with you. Now the nozzle can adjust. It can make like a fine mist. So you can spray it in the air as an air freshener. It takes bad smells away. It doesn't make a mixture of roses and fish or whatever. It just takes the smell away, smoke smells, any bad smells in your house. Now, I'm just going to do a demonstration for you on a piece of carpet. Now, this is the kind of carpet that you find in most homes. This is wax crayon. This is what our kids use to color in their books. So I'm going to make a nice big mark on this carpet. I hope you can all see this very clearly. So I'm just going to spray in the center of this mark so that you can see once it's clean. Now remember, I said there's no caustics in the product. So whatever surface you spray it on, just leave it for a few seconds to do the job. Whether you spray it on the bath, the tiles, the floors, everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen it a little bit with my finger because pieces of wax broke off in the carpet, just like this. Give it another spray, and then what you do is you take a piece of towel. You can use paper towel, but this is a material towel, and you just put it on top of it and you dab it out. So on the floor it works easier because normally a carpet is on the floor, you can just step on it, but now I'm just dabbing it. Don't do this, no elbow grease, it makes a bigger mess. So dab it out, and voila, this is what you get. Can you see there? The spot is out and the dirt is on the carpet, on the piece of towel. So it also removes other marks, like a doggy stain on a carpet, a cup of tea that is spilled, a glass of red wine that is spilled on the carpet. So blood, lipstick, all those kind of marks you can remove with Super 10. If the surface can take water, you can use Super 10 on it. What we also do is, at your washing machine, when you spray your collars and cuffs, you can just spray the Super 10 on it, leave it for a while and put it in the washing machine instead of using other caustic stuff. And then if you make it a little bit stronger, the 1 in 3 we call the heavy duty dilution, then you can, it actually works on petroleum based oils the best, Super 10. So you can clean a car engine with it, oil marks, everything you with petroleum in, you can clean with it. And then we also find that you can clean your oven inside with it very effectively. The oven must be hot. Now instead of using a caustic product that we normally used to use, you must have masks and you must wear gloves and all that, and you cannot inhale the fumes. But with Super 10, it's so safe you can spray it on your hand. If you do this with a caustic product, I promise you will probably have a hole on the other side. But Super 10, you can even spray in your mouth. So you clean your oven inside, hot oven, spray it, leave it for 10 minutes, give it another spray, and you can and wipe it out. Even your stove tops, all kitchen areas where you work, you can clean with Super 10. Chrome kettles, the stainless steel stuff in your kitchen, you can very easily clean with the Super 10. So this is a very versatile, very economical product, and you cannot be without Super 10 in your house.
And my next favorite product is LDC.
The next product that I want to demonstrate to you is LDC. Now, LDC stands for Light Duty Concentrate. And LDC substitute all soap in your house. It's got a coconut oil base and it's very, very soft on your hands. Again, no caustics in. So you dilute LDC in this little mixing bottle, 1 part to 5 parts of water. So I'm going to dilute it for you. It's a nice thick orangey liquid, and you actually make 6 liters out of 1 liter. So I'm just going to fill it up. It's up to that little mark there, and fill it up with water. And this one product substitute actually all soap in your house. Whenever you think of using soap in your house, like bars of soap at your basin, your shower, the bath, wherever you use bars of soap, you can substitute with the LDC. And also in the kitchen, you can actually use it to wash your dishes in ice cold water. Now, I've asked my domestic lady, she's my right hand, I've asked her to come and help me with the demonstration. Her name is Margie. Margie, come along and assist me with the demo. This is Margie. Okay, so Margie, I'm going to put some cooking oil on your hands, and then we're going to wash it in ice cold water to demonstrate that you can use the LDC in ice cold water. Rub it into your hands like that nicely and show the camera how nice and greasy it looks. Okay, so now I'm going to put the LDC on, and she's going to wash her hands. All right, wash your hands. And this is cold water. Now, just to make sure that it is cold, I'm going to put some ice in the water. As you can see, there's some ice, just to make sure that it is really cold. Now, have you ever tried to wash your greasy pots and pans and dry grits in ice cold water? I promise you it won't work. So let's put some cold water on the oil, like this. Wash your hands. Is it cold?
It's cold.
Very cold. And some ice bricks as well. Okay, so now you dry your hands. And then you can tell us if there's still oil on your hands.
No.
And does it smell?
No.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Margie. Thank you very much. You can take this. I can just show the camera maybe. It keeps fat in suspension, so there's little drops of oil that will be on the water. So when you pull the plug, you won't have a ring in your basin, and the same applies to your bath. If you pull the plug, there will not be a ring in the bath. So put your kids in the bath and they play themselves clean, and you can just pull the plug. The bath will be clean. And the other product that I want to demonstrate the LDC is for cleaning your vegetables. It's very important that you wash all the pesticides and herbicides off from your vegetables before you cook it. Now I've got a broccoli head here that I've cut in two. Now what you normally do when you cook your broccoli, you break it up in florets, and then you just wash it under the tap and you put it in the pot to cook it. But that is not good enough. Water alone is not good enough. I want to demonstrate to you that what happens if you put water on just water on top of the broccoli. The farmers spray the vegetables and the broccoli with a sticker. It's a layer, a fatty layer that they spray on top of it, so that when they put pesticides and herbicides on it, the rain and the sprinkle of the water won't wash the poison off. So we need to get rid of the poison. So this is what normally happens when you wash your vegetables. Can you see there? It runs off like an umbrella. So you can use this as a nice umbrella, this broccoli. Okay. Now, if I put some LDC in the water, like this, give it a nice squirt in there, and I'm just going to take half of this because I've cut it in two pieces so that you can actually see the difference. So I'm going to clean this half in the water with the LDC in like this, just nice and clean. It actually breaks that fatty layer the sticker layer on top of it and to get rid of the pesticides. So if I put this back now where it was, just to show you what is happening when you wash it again. That one is the dirty one still. Can you see there? It's still like an umbrella. This side is the clean side. Can you see what happens? The water runs straight through it and the surface tension is broken like this. Okay, now if you look at the color closely, you will see the one side is nice and green and the other one is still grayish. Which side would you like to eat? I definitely would prefer this clean side. Okay, so this is just a demo on how you can use LVC also for cleaning your vegetables.
All right, and that is where I'm going to stop this week because we only have about 5 minutes left. Does anybody have any questions or comments before I stop the recording?
Do all those other cleaning items, could they possibly cause cancers in the body?
Very definitely, yes.
Yeah, well done. Thank you.